Hello, I hope you are well. Welcome to the Scary Time channel. We are going to hear the most real and scary stories together. What you hear here destroys your night's sleep. The story I want to tell you tonight is about 4 teenagers who went to the edge of the forest at home. If you dare come with me to the end of the story. The House of Whispers. Everyone in Black Hollow had heard of the house, the one that stood crooked at the edge of the forest, its windows like eyes watching anyone who dared pass by. Children dared each other to approach it, but no one ever got closer than the front gate, except for 4 teenagers one cold October evening. Liam, Nora, Jaden, and Emily were thrill seekers. They had explored abandoned places before, tunnels, empty hospitals, and even old train stations. But this time was different. This house had a history, a dark one. Locals said it once belonged to a doctor who performed strange experiments. Others believed it was cursed, that people who entered would hear voices that weren't their own. Laughing nervously, Liam pushed the rusted gate open with a loud creak. The house loomed ahead, covered in vines, its roof sagging under time's weight. Jaden whispered, "You sure we're doing this? We've come this far," Emily said, pulling out her flashlight. They stepped inside. The air was thick, like it hadn't been breathed in for decades. Dust floated in their flashlight beams. The floor creaked under every step. The house was silent, at first. Then, they heard it. A faint whisper. "Did you hear that?" Nora asked, spinning around. The others shook their heads. Probably the wind, but the whisper came again, clearer this time. A voice, soft and urgent. "Don't stay." Nora froze. That wasn't the wind. Light flickered back on, only Emily's flashlight. She aimed it at the desk. The journal was gone. Then, a voice, deeper than before, whispered near her ear. "You stayed too long." Jaden laughed nervously. "Okay, that was creepy. But it's probably just the house settling, right?" Emily's light flickered. "Let's just check one room and go." They moved deeper into the house. The hallway was lined with old portraits. The eyes in the paintings seemed to follow them. Liam paused at one of the doors. "This one," he said, reaching for the knob. It creaked open slowly, revealing what looked like an old study. Shelves were lined with dusty books. A chair lay toppled on the floor. On the desk, there was a journal, open and untouched by time. Jaden picked it up. It's dated 1893. He began reading aloud. "They keep talking to me. At first, it was whispers. Now, they scream. I can't sleep. I can't think. This house is alive." Nora backed away. "Let's go. Now." But the door slammed shut behind them. All 4 screamed. Liam tried the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Suddenly, the room grew colder. Their breath came out in white puffs. Then, the whispering began again. This time, it came from every corner of the room. Soft at first, then louder. "Get out! Get out! Get out!" The lights went out. In the darkness, something brushed against Jaden's arm. He shouted, "Who's there?" No one answered. Emily froze. That voice, it wasn't any of them. Liam grabbed the flashlight from her hand and shone it around. The bookshelves were shaking, ever so slightly, and the walls were breathing. In and out, like the house itself was alive. Jaden banged on the door. "Let us out," Nora whispered. "We're not alone here. Something's watching us." Suddenly, the journal reappeared, this time on the floor, its pages flipping on their own. The room filled with the sound of rustling paper, then silence. One final page turned. There was a message, written in blood-red ink. 4 entered. 1 must stay. Liam backed away. What the hell does that mean? The air grew thick. A scream echoed through the house, but it didn't come from any of them. Emily stepped forward, shaking. We have to make a choice. Nora's voice broke. No, we stick together. But the house had other plans. A trapdoor opened beneath Jaden, and he fell, vanishing into darkness with a final scream. The door to the study creaked open. The whispering stopped. Only 3 remained. Silence hung in the air. Emily, Nora, and Liam stood frozen, staring at the open trapdoor where Jaden had vanished. His scream still echoed in their minds. The house was calm now, too calm. The journal lay open again. This time, a new message had appeared. The offering is accepted. Leave, if you can. The door to the hallway creaked open slowly. Without a word, the 3 stepped out, holding hands, terrified but desperate to escape. The hallway twisted unnaturally. What once led to the front door now spiraled into an unfamiliar corridor, walls shifting like a maze. Every corner whispered Jaden's name. Liam yelled, "We gave you what you wanted. Let us go." A cold wind answered, blowing out their flashlight. Total darkness. Then, faint light ahead. A door. Wooden. Old. Covered in carvings like the journal. They pushed it open. Daylight. They stepped out, onto the same hill where the house once stood. But, the house was gone. Only grass and trees. They turned, breathless, confused, relieved. But Liam stopped. He looked at Emily and Nora. "I never screamed," he said. They froze. "I never fell." Liam smiled, eyes pitch black. "You brought me out." The sky darkened. The whispers returned. I hope you like this horror story. If you like this scary story, do not forget to like it. Press the subscribe and the bell button to find out about our next video.